Next up, there's a lot to talk about here, a lot to unpack from this. An NBA scout said that the Nuggets should cut Russell Westbrook. Here's the full quote. They need to cut Russ. He can't shoot. They have no spacing when he's on the floor. Teams are literally daring him to shoot and just crowding Jokic in the paint. And when he drives to the rim, he gets so deep and out of position that he can't hit layups. Russ needs to retire. He's not a good player anymore. End quote. I think there's some truth in the fact that Russ, he's not a positive for your spacing for sure. But I think to just call him an outright not good player anymore, I think that is not a good reflection of his game. I think Russ still can bring a lot of value. There was a reason that Jokic wanted him in Denver. And Jokic is a great basketball mind. He's one of the best passers we've seen, especially at the big position of all time. He knows his stuff, and if he thinks that Russ can be impactful, there's a good reason for why he thinks that. And obviously, Russ is going to hurt your spacing, but you have guys that are supposed to be able to execute and create spacing, like Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray. You've got some good floor spacers on this team. Even Jokic is a solid shooter for a big man. Aaron Gordon, not so much, but, you have spacers on this team. So I don't think Russ can be the sole problem. It's just more a matter of how a guy like him and Aaron Gordon are going to be when they have minutes together, because even if Russ comes off the bench, those minutes are still going to overlap sometimes. So it just becomes more of an issue of fitting team-wise with a variety of players that can't space the floor. So as a result, I don't think Russ is the one guy that you can scapegoat. Now, Aaron Gordon's got a great two-man game with Jokic, so that makes up for it. But Westbrook can add some value in his own way. Despite the claims about Russ driving to the rim and just kind of being out of position with it, I think he can still very well be a good slasher in this league. And also be pretty good at creating opportunities for others because, with Russ, obviously, in seasons like back when he was with OKC, he scored 30 points a game, but he also put up a triple-double with that. So he was getting double-digit assists. And so that shows that he has the ability to create for others as well, especially when he's really on in a game. And obviously his production has declined over the years. He is not the same player that he was with the Thunder. But I still think he's a good he can be a good playmaker for others. And for himself, he's going to be a better slasher. I think he just needs to get acquainted to that Denver offense. And that over time he will be better, and I don't think we should overreact over the first week of the NBA season. But overall, I think what the scout said, there's some truth to it. However, I believe that Russ, as the season goes on, will continue to progress and get better in this offense for the Denver Nuggets.